All right, we are building to the crescendo at the end of Startup Day 2023. We are now going to have the finals of our pitching competition. We are going to see some of the most amazing young startups. We're going to hear their pitches, and we will have our judges and our jury grill them with questions. And then finally, later on, we are going to find the winner. And we're going to be announcing prizes, and there's going to be song and dance and streamers, and everything's going to be great later on. So we're going to hear our pitches right now. First of all, I would like to introduce our esteemed jury. Look at all these important people sitting down here. They're all huddled up together. Let's introduce, we've got from Esteban, we've got Lev, Martin, and Mate. From Startup Estonia, we've got Eve, we've got Stanislav from Terra VC, Alexander from Cocoon, and from Baltics Sandbox Venture, we've got Sandra and Andres. Give them a little round of applause. Ooh, hero spot, Hero spotlight, I like it. All right, so this is the way it works. The teams have their limit. It's 3 minutes for their pitch. And if they go over by 1 second, I swear to God, I'll crash tackle you. It's my favorite part of hosting startup competitions. Getting to just bum rush the show like that. So look, it's very important to stick the time. Then our jury will grill the team. Then we're gonna have the next one on there. We are going to do that for 5 different teams. So let's kick it off with Poltech, and we're gonna have the CEO, Mick Plak. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ!
Hello, everybody. I am Mick, CEO of Baltics, and I am here to introduce you to the future of smart farming. It is called eSoil, where we start listening to what the soil has to say. So farmers are making these very important decisions every day regarding our food production and the use of our resources. But these decisions are made based on only half of the available data, which means that they are not using any real-time soil data in the decision-making process. And the future is looking very scary for them, because to fight climate change, EU has set restrictions in place, which means that the farming industry must use less inputs. So this means that they are forced to change their way of doing things. But we have a solution for that. It's called eSoil, where we can start make decisions based on all the data available. We can provide the customers savings up to 300 euros per hectare, while the cost on the solution itself is at maximum 22 euros per hectare. The reductions you see on the screen are based on actual clients' data from previous seasons. Here on the left, you can see a screenshot of the solution where all the plant growth conditions can be seen in one place. There is soil data, there is satellite data, there's weather data, weather models. And on the right, you can see actionable insights that we provide, because our data is most valuable when it's the busiest time for the farmer, so that they don't have to do any additional data analysis, but they can just read it out what this data tells them. It is a SaaS platform, which includes soil station in farmers' fields with automated personal suggestions. Soil stations that are in the field are measuring data every 2 hours throughout the season, even in winter. And the sensors we use are proprietary, created by my father, our co-founder, and based on more than 40 years of scientific research, which provide unique data of fertilizer dynamics. Optical imaginary that the competitors use can see only the tip of the iceberg. It cannot see what is happening in the soil. And statistics say that it takes 10 to 20 days from poor soil conditions that our system can already see to being visible from the plant that the other solutions can see. So currently we are at 115 clients in Estonia, Finland, some in Sweden, and a trial in UK with a monthly recurring revenue at 22,000 euros. It is a B2B SaaS platform with hardware part, with average monthly revenue per customer at 210 euros. So our founding team consists of diverse people from various industries. We have science, we have IT, and we have team management. And we have added agronomical know-how. So we're asking for 1 million euros to reach Series A. We have a super angel committed with 400,000. And so we would like to join us to fight climate change and to start using our resources more effectively. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's go to our esteemed judges. You got some microphones, please take it away.
So thank you. With this 1 million, how fast will you be able to, conquer the world?
Fast, but it takes time. It's agricultural industry, and it's not a SaaS, to be realistic here. It takes time to get in to other markets, but yeah, I can't tell you a precise timeline, of course.
Thank you, Mick, for the presentation. Question. You said you will go to other countries, Sweden and UK primarily.
Yeah.
How will you do that? How will you expand to other countries?
Well, the plan is to use the similar model we have used in Finland with distribution partners. And we plan to use the same playbook in other countries as we are building this up.
Yeah, given the fact that you have a hardware, how scalable is it?
It is scalable, but we just need to have good distribution partners that can perform the installation, perform the maintenance, so we don't have to build our own major networks or our own major teams, but we can use partners to do that. So.
Well, those Swedish and UK markets, why have you chosen specifically those markets?
Because the average farm sizes of these markets are bigger. Let's say if we compare this to a Polish market, which is massive as well, it's just the average farm size in Poland is 5 to 10 hectares per entity or per company, but in UK and Sweden it's like over 200, 300 hectares, so this is the reason.
So your solution doesn't work on small?
It does small, but it's still relatively costly, or let's say it costs much for them. So if they're really small farmers, they might not be that interested in using it at this point of time. But in the future, as we have a lot of infrastructure in ground and actual soil data, then we plan to build a solution so that clients who don't have stations in the ground can also take advantage of the data that we already measure. So,
all right, very good. We are out of time. Thank you very much to our judges. Thank you very much, Baltic. Okay, a fast game is a good game. Next up, we have the CEO of Gearbox Biosciences, Mr. Arvi Joes.
Oh, sorry. So, hello, my name is Arvi. I'm a co-founder of Gearbox Biosciences. Let's start with a simple question. Please raise a hand who has ever used antibiotics as a medicine. Yeah, almost everybody. And that's how it should be. Antibiotics are life-saving medicines, and we should reserve their use to the medical purposes only. If we play too loosely with antibiotics, there is a risk that antibiotic-resistant bacteria will take over, and there is certainly no shortage of gloomy headlines about that problem. Now, one area where antibiotics are still used outside of medicine is industrial biotechnology. In industrial biotechnology, people grow bacteria in large tanks and make them produce useful products. And quite often, antibiotics are added to this process for technical purposes. And it's not a small amount. Just a single industrial-scale bioreactor uses as much antibiotics as the whole city of Tartu in 1 year. Now, imagine being a boss of a bioproduction company. At first, you have to buy antibiotics. Then your employees will use them. And when your production cycle is done, you end up with a lot of waste that is difficult and expensive to recycle because it has antibiotics in it. So this all will cost you a lot of money. Now we have come up with a new production technology that is completely antibiotic-free. Our bacteria, which is our product, the bacteria, can produce proteins and other stuff as good as the current industry standard, but they do not need antibiotics. So all the problems from the previous slides are gone. We estimate that our technology will save 10 to 15% of all production costs. Our business model is to design and license these bacteria to manufacturers. So we take our bacteria, make them to produce the product client wants, and then hand them back to the client for large-scale production together with a license. And I'm happy to say that we already have 2 paying clients. Our main goal is to get to the biopharmaceuticals market because it is by far the largest one. But because it is highly regulated, we start with the easier one, which is industrial proteins, industrial enzymes. Our team consists of 3 founders. We all have technical backgrounds. And now we also have recruited Meelis Kadaja from Nordica as a business advisor. Our technology is protected by the 2 patent applications, and there is a clear path how we as a company can become the owners of that patent from the University of Tartu. For the next 2 years, we want to have 30 client deals, generate 200K revenue, and mature our technology. And to do all that, we are raising our pre-seed investment of 500K. That's why I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's go, dear judges.
Okay, so I'll kick it off. Thank you. You have a fairly small team still, so what will be your first hire?
The first hire will be a technical person to the lab to handle all those client projects that are coming in. The next hire will be a business developer who will develop our business further.
You said you're going to get to 200K of revenue. Is it monthly revenue or annual revenue?
That's annual.
It seems you're on a very good path, but what would be the biggest bottleneck you need to solve in the nearest future?
There is, of course, competition. We are, of course, not the only ones who are doing that. There are other technologies, other companies on the market. But I think we can manage that. I don't see any single big obstacle, just an everyday struggle.
Yeah, as an add-up to that, how have the clients that you have now commented your product versus the competitor?
There is actually one email from the first client who says that, yes, I have your competitor's technology also. We are going to try it out in March. Can you sort of provide your things at the same time? And I actually would prefer working with you. But I don't need to have it on the slides. But the main difference is on the technology. And I think we are taking a bigger leap in technology that can sort of enables our customers to do more than the client or the competitor's version.
Thank you.
No time for one more question. Nope, 3 going, done. We're out. Okay, please. Go, talk. Okay, done. Too slow, you missed the opportunity. Are you a good investor? We're not sure. No, I'm kidding. All right, thank you very much. Our next from MX Labs, this is the CTO, this is Prem Jaroski.
Hello. Hello. My name is Prem Jaroski. I'm the CTO of MX Labs, a company that revolutionizes early health diagnostics with smartphone cameras. Healthcare systems are increasingly being more strained. The population is aging and 2 billion people are affected with chronic diseases or mental disorders. At the same time, healthcare providers struggle with problems and early health diagnostics on scale does not exist. So we thought, is there a way to create an accessible and scalable tool that could make a difference? Meet Shen AI, a computer vision and artificial intelligence technology that measures key vital parameters on the smartphone in real time. With remote photoplethysmography, we can extract blood pressure, heart rate, stress level, and more directly from the face. With facial expression capture, we enable mental health screening and detection of emotional states, and in the future, depression and anxiety levels. With morphology and skin data, we can assess probability of non-communicable diseases such as nutrition, genetic, and heart diseases. We have clinical evidence that proves impressive accuracy, and we're expecting medical certification by the end of this year. So this enables holistic, AI-driven, and real-time health assessment technology that runs on ordinary smartphones and laptops. Our first markets are mobile health and telehealth. And we help to generate more revenue for healthcare providers by converting more patients into paid visits, increasing their engagement, and making virtual visits more efficient. We have currently 2 products. One is Shen Health B2B2C mobile app, and the other is Shen SDK that can be integrated into any app or a website. Since late last year, we have signed first clients, and we have built a pipeline that is worth nearly $3 million. So we are the only company with multimodal and holistic health assessment technology that runs in real time with an ecosystem of products for multiple verticals. We have a team of 20 specialists and 10 PhD-level scientific collaborators, and founders have 20 years of entrepreneurial experience. We are now raising 2.5 million euros to scale up our sales and to achieve 2 million of ARR in 2024. So what you have just seen is a revolutionary technology that can make a real difference in early detection and prevention of many health issues. So now, please download our demo app and start taking care of your health today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the judges.
Thank you.
Yes,
I'm
waiting.
Yes, I had two questions. One is easier. What is your demo app able to do at the moment? What can it measure?
Currently, it can measure heart rate variability, breathing rate, and it can calculate stress index. So these are four, actually three first of those will be certified this year. And it can also detect blood pressure. This is a beta feature that we have just released last month. So there's 6 markers.
Okay, thanks.
We have rings, we have watches. How is this different?
This is different because face actually provides more information than watches. Watches are sampling 1 point. On face, we sample multiple points. And watches have difficulty with providing blood pressure information. I think it's also important that watches have different brands and their hardware. So when you look at the perspective of healthcare provider, they want to provide a tool that is easy to use and does not require any additional actions. So you can embed it into a website of healthcare provider, and with just one click, you can make a measurement. That means that all the patients, all the users of this platform can use it.
But if you dream bigger, so what would be the end result? What would you expect this specific AI solution to be able to achieve?
Actually, all the digital therapeutics solutions, and especially in the area of mental health, this is our big plan for next few years, where we can do much, much more.
I have a hardware question. So you said you can use it on any smartphone. So the question is about the cameras. Cameras have different, let's say, distortions. They have different sensitivities in different wavelengths. So there's like a lot of variability in terms of what the camera actually does. So how do you tackle this?
Actually, surprisingly, this is not about the resolution of the camera. It's about how much light, how many photons actually will travel through the lens and hit the sensor. So it works even on older phones, like 5, 6 years old. And that's why the adaptability to the market is quite huge, because almost every phone works with it.
All right, very good. We do nearly leave it there. Thank you very much. Round of applause. Thank you, Prem. All right, our next team, we have the CEO of Nelly Nor. This is Remy Alisawi.
Hi. So, climate change sucks. Transition into renewable is very slow. Why is that? It's because there is a mismatch between the green line, which representing the generation of renewable energy, and the red line, which is typical daily consumption of a household. You can see that when in the evening it could be windy night and there is plenty of renewable energy not being utilized, and then we wake up, we start burning fossil fuel to meet the demand. This reflects in the pricing you can see, at least in the Nordics and Baltics. There is a lot of volatility, and the volatility is here to stay because there is more and more renewable energy sources are being plugged into the grid, specifically wind power. The solution is a plug-and-play home battery that you can configure yourself without an installer, so it's much more scalable. And then it will fetch, connect to the internet. And how it works is that during low prices, it will charge itself. And then when you actually need that energy, it will give it back, covering your own consumption. And if you don't utilize all the energy, then it will resell that unused energy. So I plugged one of these at my place, and the result was unbelievable. So this is on the consumption is without the battery. Then with the battery in the middle, you can see it eliminated all my consumption during the expensive hours. And then it sold back what I did not use. And that, on some days, covered all my consumption and even made a profit. So I got paid by the energy company. The business model is that this will be a home appliance that you pick yourself from the store and configure, and you're good to go. So far, we have successful pilots. Pre-seed round closed last December. We have filed a patent. There is a great team around me. I myself, I'm the crazy inventor type. I have invented many tech-related patents and technologies. Now the seed round gonna open early summer, and I'm also currently hiring more people to join us, so please get in touch with me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the judges.
Is it me or you skipped the competition slide?
So there are competition. For example, Huawei, but they don't come near this because this can fetch the prices automatically and do so many more things that at least like we're 2 years ahead from the competition.
I have two questions actually. One of them is related to the patent part. So what is there that you can actually protect? And the second issue is related to the product readiness stage. You mentioned that you are testing that at your home already, right? So the readiness is there, so the products are already there, right?
Yes, so the product is working. It's been tested also with other partners, not only at my place. And the patent covers the battery management system. We have a unique approach. It's wireless. It dropped the cost a lot during assembly and these kind of features. The trading part is not protected, of course.
Can you please impress us with the super low price of this thing?
Yes, thanks to those achievements, the price is now around 3,000 euros for 7 kilowatt hour, which is 40% less than other batteries.
Time for one more question.
Yes, a private house or even a bigger apartment, usually electricity is divided into groups. One group is connected to one phase, the second group is to the second phase. What if this battery is connected to one of the groups, but my oven or whatever consumes electricity to the other one?
You can see here in the middle that it covers all the 3 phases, even though it's connected to one phase. It's thanks to net metering. The meter will cancel out. If you're exporting on one phase, importing on the other, it will cancel it. So even it's connected to one phase, it will cover the 3.
Okay, but the load is still on the wrong group actually.
Yeah, but the battery will export more to cover up for the other phase. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we are out of time. Sorry.
Thank you.
Pardon me. Thank you very much. Round of applause. Okay, we've got our final pitching team. This is the CEO of Hotelbuddy, Kari Sario.
Hi everyone, my name is Kadi and I am the CEO and co-founder of Hotelbuddy. Hotelbuddy is a solution that enables the hotels to fully digitalize their guest journey. We created Hotelbuddy to help the hotels to decrease the amount of manual labor while increasing their profitability. But most importantly, to change the way that you experience your hotel stay. COVID hit the tourism sector hard. 62 million jobs were lost. Although by now the occupancy levels have recovered, the hotels are still reporting huge staff shortages. One of the worst bottlenecks in the hotels is the manual check-in, as it used to be for airports about 10 years ago. But since then, the airlines have digitized their guest journey, but the hotels are still struggling to find a good solution. Last but not least, the customer expectations have changed dramatically. And it is not just the Gen Z or the millennials who don't appreciate their time being wasted. It is all of us. So if you don't want to waste your valuable time, then choose Hotelbuddy. You can use Hotelbuddy to check in, to activate a mobile key, to chat with a hotel staff and order services, and even watch your favorite Netflix series from the hotel TV. And of course, this is a win-win situation, as the hotels are saving up to 15 minutes per every online guest. Our business model is simple. We're a B2B SaaS-driven company with a lightweight hardware component that we offer to the hotels for a monthly fee. The hotels are super happy for this solution, as it doesn't require them to change their existing door locks. But let's have a quick look at our results. 2022 was our first fully operational year, and it was a success. We grew our traction by a sixfold, and our revenue grew by 300%. And this is just the beginning. The market out there is huge, and we are not strictly limited just with hotels. And what is even better, for this huge market, there's only a little amount of competition. But for this scarce competition, however, there are few who are doing already quite well, and this gives us even further confidence. But what gives us the true advantage lies in our tech. We have developed a truly unique solution that combines the best from both worlds. And thus far, we have not seen anyone else doing the same. We are a team of highly skilled industry professionals, and we together are ready to take the next step to scale across the European markets. But for that, we need your help. We are currently raising our seed round of 1.2 million euros to further develop our product and continue with our mission, bringing the hotels to 21st century. Thank you very much for listening.
Okay, over to the judges.
Thank you. I worked in hotels for 10 years, and I had a couple of times when people came with their perfect solution, with their perfect IT, solution to my all problems, and it was always a hassle, to take on something new. So how do you plan to approach all these big hotel chains that already have their, IT and their processes in place, and, they're not very eager to change them?
Yeah, I agree. The hotels are notorious for being very slow, and normally the hotels is always like about 10 years behind aviation. So it was like, in 1950s where the aviation brought on their first online booking engines, and the hotels followed like 20 years later. And in 2000s, when the airlines introduced online check-in, the hotels are only discovering it now. But the answer to your question is that all the big chains, they have developed their own apps, like Marriott, Radisson, and Hilton, and they're kind of leading the way. But we are targeting the independent hotels and hotel groups who don't have the means to build their own technology, and they need to outsource that. And the independent market is huge in Europe. 64% of the hotels are independents. And it's not just small hotels, really, but it is also kind of larger hotel groups of 10, 50, 100 hotels.
Very good. Are you planning to also target the small private accommodation providers that still do check-in and check-out on paper and bookings?
Actually, there's a lot of hotels who are still doing it on the paper, not just small ones. But we are also targeting, or we are working currently on launching a alternative business vertical and offer a solution to guest rentals and Airbnbs as well. So we're not strictly limited with hotels. So yeah, the market is huge out there.
What's the average sales cycle, and then the average, let's say, time between signed contract and actually first guest checked in through your solution?
Yeah, so we are coming from the COVID, so the sales cycles used to be quite long. Now we see like really decreasing of the sales cycle. So the average has been around 4 months, but in Italy, which is our first large go-to-markets, we are seeing the sales cycle around 1 month. And from the moment of signing the deal and onboarding the hotel, it depends if we have the PMS integration. If the integration is in place, from our side, we need around 20 minutes to set the hotel up. Then the hotel needs to do their initial setup. And the installation of these hardware modules takes about 10 minutes per room door. So for a 100-room hotel, a couple of days.
Okay, we're out of time. Thank you very much. Round of applause. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.